Welcome to Your Life Matters podcast. Please be advised that many topics are very sensitive and may be triggering for you. Many discussions will be about suicide, trauma, mental health, and depression. If an episode is too triggering for you, please do the necessary steps in regard to listening to the episode. If you or know anyone struggling with mental health, suicide ideation, suicidal thoughts, and depression, please seek professional help or reach out to a crisis hotline or confide in someone that you trust. I hope my podcast helps you, but most of all, I hope it provides the safe space that you are looking for. Please know that you are not alone and there is someone out here who is happy to have you in their life. So please stay alive for them. And also remember that your life matters. I love you and thank you for joining my podcast.
Spending holidays, your birthdays, figuring out your own traumas, crying through your breakdowns and certain situations, doing all of that on your own, figuring out how to still smile, figuring out how to still stay happy. That is not for the weak. I'm going to say that right now. When it comes to healing, yes, I do feel like there is some stuff you should be doing on your own because, at the end of the day, growing as a person, getting better, and all of that, that is a choice. And yes, if you want to be a better person and try to have a happier life, it does take work to do that. And because your healing journey and what you're trying to heal from may be different from other people, yes, you do unfortunately have to do a lot on your own. But I definitely don't feel like you should be living a life where you don't have anybody. And I definitely feel like, like I said in the beginning, there's so many people who really don't know what it means to really be alone. I feel like when you're super independent, you understand what it means to be alone because you've had to do everything on your own. You've had to navigate everything on your own. You've had to solve things on your own. You've had to pay for things on your own. You've had to literally do everything on your own. And I also feel like people throw the word independent around too loosely. If you don't really know what that means, please stop saying you're independent. Because another thing I will say when it comes to being independent, it's not a flex. It's really not a flex. And there's many people out here who use that as a flex, but also as a weapon towards people. If anything, being independent should actually humble you. Because you know what it's like to have nothing and to have to actually work for that, or to just even get something on your own. And when I say on your own, I'm going to give a few examples. Try paying your bills on your own. No help, no support. Try starting a business on your own. No help, no support. Try taking care of kids by yourself. No help, no support. Try paying for health insurance and medical expenses on your own. No help, no support. Try battling a health condition by yourself. No help, no support. Try figuring out how to get to work if something happens to your vehicle and no one helps you out or offers you a ride. Try spending the holidays by yourself. No friends, no support, no nothing. And my favorite one, try spending your birthday alone, by yourself. No friends, no family, no nothing. Imagine losing a family member. No help, no support, nothing. Imagine losing your parents or your mom or your dad or a sibling. No help, no support, no nothing. Imagine losing a partner with no support, no family, no nothing. Imagine losing your job, no help, no support. Imagine having a miscarriage, no support, no help. Imagine having a business and equipment breaks or you have to replace something. And let's be dramatic, it costs 20 grand or 15 grand to fix it or replace it. No help, no nothing. Imagine going through a divorce. No help, no support, no nothing. Imagine losing a pet. No support, no nothing. Try having a financial burden on your own. Like you have to pay something off or something may be due, or it can be something with your car. And you don't have a choice but to pay it. And you know it'll put you in a financial setback. And it's a situation where you literally have no one that can help you out. Or if you try to ask for help and no one helps you, and you're left to do it on your own and figure it out on your own. And it's not just with this, it's literally with everything I just listed. The mental toll it takes and just the situations not having help, all of that. Try battling and dealing with all of that on your own. Again, with no help, no support, no nothing. And I also want to touch that as well. Asking for help and no one helps you. That will definitely make you feel like you don't have anybody. If I sound and look a little it's because I've definitely experienced a lot of what I've listed on my own. I feel like many people are quick to judge and say how you should handle certain things until they're actually in the same situation. There are people out here who are navigating all of this alone. Not because they want to, but because they don't have a choice. And like I said, battling and dealing with all of this and experiencing it, the strength it takes to just get through it, I don't even know how I'm still here, to be honest. I also feel like when you're successful or you have a lot of success, you will definitely feel alone. That journey of getting to where you are can feel very lonely, because if you're someone that has had to get to where you're at on your own, granted, like, it is nice to say, like, you succeeded on your own, or you accomplished this on your own, or you were able to pay something or invest in something on your own, or you were able to start a business on your own, or you were able to get a promotion on your own, or you were able to get something big on your own. Yes, it's nice to be able to say that about yourself, but it like I said, if you had to do it on your own, it makes the journey and success more lonely. And when I hear people saying, like, you have to be your own cheerleader and you have to be proud of yourself and happy for your own self, again, the whole narrative of doing everything on your own, it gets draining after a certain point. I personally feel like you need compliments to feel good about yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting compliments and wanting, I don't want to say praise, but it's nice to hear, I'm proud of you. It's nice to hear you're working your tail off, you're doing amazing. It's nice to hear you did it. People shouldn't have to grow confidence through bad situations. Bad situations shouldn't have to teach you certain lessons. I feel like when you get compliments and when you get credit and acknowledgement, it actually helps with your self-esteem. Because like I said, you can't be the only one doing it for yourself. Because I feel like this also kind of falls into showing people that they matter. Because I also very strongly feel like that also plays a role into people suffering in silence and feeling like they don't have anyone because no one is really showing them that they matter. I definitely feel like hearing compliments and getting credit and acknowledgement, it makes you feel better. It kind of gives you like a boost of self-esteem. And granted, there are people who they just have a lot of confidence and they don't need the praise, they don't need the credit, they don't need acknowledgement, and that's fine. But I know many people who don't hear the words "I'm proud of you" and don't hear "you're an amazing person" or "you're doing an amazing job" and "you're just really great at what you're doing." I even do it with some of my clients and I'll see their reaction. They're just like, "Oh my God, like, thank you. I needed to hear that." And that's the thing. It's like, for some people, that actually makes their day. So, I mean, like I said, I feel like we need to give each other compliments more. We need to give each other more praise and more love and more attention. Showing up, but also most of all, just showing people that we care about that they do matter. Because, like I said in the beginning, I feel like many people that choose to pass from suicide, they feel like they either didn't have anyone or they felt like they didn't matter. And in a lot of cases, they feel like no one would care if they actually did pass away. I kind of also want to go back to when you're in a family dynamic and then it's very different and it's something that's hard to navigate and will make you feel alone. Being adopted will make you feel like you really don't have anybody. Because I feel like our trauma is so dismissed. I feel like it's gotten a little bit better as far as people wanting to listen. Um, but being an Indian adoptee, adopted by a different race, adopted by a white family, and not having no type of bond or connection, try navigating that. And not just me. There's so many adoptees who are adopted by a family that's not their race. And they don't have that bond either with their family. Try experiencing a family that doesn't even acknowledge you. Try experiencing having a family that doesn't wish you a happy birthday. Try experiencing having a family that doesn't check on you. Try experiencing having a family when you're in their presence, they don't even say anything to you. They don't try to get to know you. They don't conversate with you. they kind of act like you're pretty much invisible. Many people will say, oh, well, I experienced that too, and I'm not adopted. I'm not dismissing that, but you at least don't have to navigate not knowing who your birth family is and yearning for your birth family. So it's very similar, but just different dynamic. Because I definitely do know many people who, are not adopted and, they experience that in their family, not being acknowledged, not having that family bond. And, even with that, I feel like it's worse to not have a family than to not have friends. Even though it is and can be hard to make friends, at least with the family, you have a foundation. You at least can say you have like an aunt or an uncle or a cousin or even a grandparent that cares about you and, you can rely on and, will be there for you. But to say you don't have any family member, it's I think it takes more than strength to actually not just say that, but to just actually, I don't want to say deal with it, but I would say come to terms with it. I definitely feel like we weren't placed on this earth to be alone. I feel like people deserve companionship, people deserve a family, people deserve friends. And my heart really just breaks for people who don't have any of that and haven't been able to experience any of that. I mean, let's be real. You can't dismiss interaction. You need that. You need human interaction. You need people in your life. And I don't want people to fall into the narrative of you don't need anybody, because you do. You really do. And I also just kind of want to go back to the whole nobody's going to save you. um like I said, I don't agree with that, and I definitely feel like something can save you. Your favorite singer can save you. A concert can save you. A poet, a motivational speaker, a movie, a podcast. I also do feel like people can come into your life and save you and help you heal. And this is just my personal opinion, but like, how are you supposed to heal from abandonment if you keep being abandoned? How are you supposed to feel wanted and loved if you keep getting rejected? How are you supposed to have full blown confidence and love yourself fully if you constantly keep being shown that you don't matter? Society doesn't want to discuss that or hear that. you know, I, mm, I definitely feel like that's very controversial, what I just said, but it's the truth. And it falls into you can't do everything on your own. Sometimes it takes someone sticking around and knowing that person is going to not abandon you in order to heal from abandonment. When someone hasn't experienced full blown love, it takes someone to show that, to believe it. And like I said, if you keep being rejected, how are you supposed to feel confident in dating or just in general finding love? If you keep getting abandoned or ghosted, how are you supposed to heal from that? Because society's answer will be alone then. And let's be realistic, that's not going to solve all of it. It's not. I just want people who are battling any of this to feel like and to know that they're not alone. There's many people out here battling and dealing with the same thing. And I wish I had the full-blown answer for it. But I don't know. Because, you know, many people that are battling, it's like you don't want to constantly hear things will get better. You don't want to constantly hear, oh, stay positive or be strong. Don't give up. I definitely want to say you're not alone, and there's definitely other people who are battling this and feel the same way. And I definitely don't want you to think you're the only one battling it and navigating it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really hope this episode helped in a sense and helped someone who may be feeling like they don't have anyone. I definitely feel that you were brought here into this world for a reason. You are here for a reason. You were brought onto this earth for a purpose. And you'd be surprised how many people you can save with what you're doing. And it can be the littlest thing. I definitely very strongly feel that your struggle, your success, your healing story can be someone else's surviving story. I definitely want you all to feel that you are loved. There's definitely someone out here who wants you in their life and is happy that you are in their life. So please stay alive for them because you matter. And please don't feel like you don't. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next episode.